So one of the biggest complaints people seem to have in XDefiant so far is to do with the weapon leveling and how slow the progression in this game is compared to what seems like most other shooters out there. It does take a hell of a lot of grinding to level up all of your weapons, and let's be honest, we all have busy lives and a lot of players are just not able to find the time to level up as fast as they want. And so today I wanted to help you guys out as much as I can by going over a few tips and tricks on how to level up faster in XDefiant. Now I'm going to start the video by saying there is actually a lot of misleading content out there already, even just in the first couple of weeks of launch, focused on the progression in this game. So I want to start by explaining how it actually works. If you don't care and you just want the tips, I'll leave a timestamp down below, so feel free to skip ahead, but I do think it is worth listening to my explanation on how XP is gained in this game, because it is a little bit different to what 90% of other creators seem to be saying from all of the videos that I've watched on it. Now, weapon progression, at least at the time of recording this video anyway, is purely tied to kills and assists. You cannot get XP on your weapon for capturing an objective like you do in Call of Duty. So running around and sitting on the payload in Escort, for example, if you're not getting kills, that will not get you weapon XP. It's obviously a great way to get player levels done, but those aren't tied to anything in the game, so that's not really a big deal. With that being said, weapon XP does increase when you get a kill on the objective or kill someone who is defending the objective, for example. And so PTFO is still very important to level up, but it is still only tied to kills rather than just the objective. There are a lot of creators out there at the moment saying that it works the same way as Call of Duty, where if you just go and capture a flag, for example, you will gain weapon XP for that, and that is simply not true. Now, to prove this, as you can see, I've made this class and equipped the Magnum, which I hadn't ever used before, so you can see it is level 1 with 0 XP on it. And just keep in mind for all of this, it was double XP when I recorded this, as you can see on the menu, so that's a bit of context as to what's going to happen with the XP in this little clip here. So I've loaded into a game of domination, ran to the first flag and capped it, and as you can see, still 0 XP. So capping objectives holding your weapon does not work like Call of Duty. I've seen maybe 5 or 6 different creators making videos on this saying that it does work. This is definitive proof right here that it unfortunately doesn't work that way. Now, after that, I went to the B flag and I picked up a kill, and as you can see here, it says 150 on screen. Now, 1 kill equals 100 XP. That is confirmed by the developers themselves, and so the 50 extra here is for the offensive kill, as you can see under his name, meaning that I killed him while he was defending his own objective, making that an objective based kill and granting me 150 XP instead of 100. This is confirmed when we check the loadout again. As you can see, the Magnum now has 300 XP, and like I said, it was double XP at the time, so half of that is obviously 150 XP that I got for that single kill. Now, right after that, I got another kill, but this guy, as you can see, wasn't on the objective, and nor was I, so that just granted me the regular 100 XP, and again, checking the loadout, we now have 500 XP instead of 300, which again confirms 100 XP for a kill, with the double XP making it 200 in this case. After that, I got one more kill, again just a regular kill. I'm only now realizing this was all the same poor guy getting killed every single time, which I find hilarious. And so anyway, now the weapon would be at 700 XP for one more regular kill. I then go and get this kill here, but as you can see above the kill, it says it was also a point blank kill, which as you can see there, it says another 50 XP, obviously 100 in this case with double XP, which seems to get added to the total because the kill was only 100 XP. So we should be at 900, but as you can see here, it says 1000. And so that seems to confirm that point blank medals being the purple things that pop up on screen, count towards your weapon level 2. Now, right after that, I then got this headshot kill, and once again, I got that medal, which this time says 200 and 100 for the kill. So 300 XP total, and with double XP, that's obviously 600. And as you can see, we checked the loadout again. That is correct. We have 1600 XP now. So what we can confirm from all of this is that regular kills are worth 100 XP, assists are worth 50 XP, or sometimes 100 if you deal most of the damage. You will actually just get all 100 XP for that. We then just confirmed objective-based kills are worth 150 XP, and then on top of that, any medals that you get are also tied to a kill. Again, keep in mind the little purple things that pop up are what I'm calling the medals, and so those do also get added to your weapon XP level as well. What we can also confirm is that regular objective play like captures or escorting the payload, those do not gain you weapon levels, despite, like I said, most creators on YouTube seemingly telling everyone that they do, and telling everyone to just run around and play the objective without really worrying about the kills. So that is obviously a super long-winded way to explain the XP. I know it probably seems pointless to explain the entire XP breakdown, but that is crucial crucial information to know in order to know what tips do and don't work, because otherwise I could just tell you, hey, go sit on a flag and capture it, and you wouldn't know any better that method in fact does not level up your weapons. So that is just a bit of context for you guys to show I am actually doing my due diligence here and testing stuff out before I just shit out a video on it. Now, before we get into the actual tips and tricks, I've got the perfect sponsor for this video. And so today's video is brought to you by Mitch Cactus, a website where you can get weapon levels and attachment unlocks done for you, making the most of your time while you're out at work or at school. They have well over 10,000 verified Trustpilot reviews and are by far the most legitimate way of doing this method. All of their packages are completely safe and legitimate. They don't hack or mod accounts or anything like that. They also have 24/7 customer support and even a 100% money back guarantee. Head on over to mitchcactus.com using the link in the description and use code SAMMY for 5% off for a limited time only. Now, for those of you who want to do the leveling yourself, the most important thing to know, and this is how I've got the ACR gold, as you guys can see in the background, this is that double XP tokens actually stack with double XP weekends. This doesn't usually happen in most shooters out there, but as confirmed by the developers, this means 400% XP gain if you do that. So in my opinion, it is best to actually just save all of your double XP tokens for double XP weekends, which I'm fairly sure they're going to do pretty often considering they already did one on the first weekend, and then you are getting the best bang for your buck with those tokens. Now, like I said, you can see my ACR is gold already, and that is literally all because of the double XP weekend. I would essentially only be on level 25 right now, but I did manage to max it out because my XP was boosted 4 freaking times. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and it does seem to be on purpose since Aches posted about it, so I don't think they're going to change this. I thought it was a bug, but no, this does seem to be done on purpose. Now, getting into the tips specifically related to the game modes, there are definitely some modes that are best for weapon grinding now that we know how the XP works. Realistically, any mode other than Hotshot are great for PTFO kills, but I personally think Escort and Domination are the best. They have worked the best for me anyway, and that's pretty much how I got most of my leveling done. Now, Escort is great because of the long matches, as well as you kind of always know where the enemies are going to be. They're either going to be attacking or defending, and realistically there's only X amount of places on the map they can actually be. The other good thing about Escort is that you can kind of kill enemies on the objective or get on the objective yourself and escort it while trying to get kills, and that is a really good way to get those objective kills. No joke, in this game you can see that I went 73 and 31 and literally went from level 60 to level 70 in a single game. That is not edited or anything. That's just how crazy the double XP weekend is when you also equip a double XP token. Now, Domination is equally great because again, you kind of know roughly where enemies are going to be, and if you just constantly attack or defend the flags, kind of just making that your goal to always be somewhere near one of the flags, those are obviously high traffic areas, plus those offensive and defensive kills are going to stack up a hell of a lot, and you will gain heaps more XP that way rather than just running around on the outskirts of the map where you may still get a lot of kills, but they won't have that objective bonus. Now, don't get me wrong, Occupy and Zone Control are also great modes. I don't think there's really anything worse about those modes than the two that I just mentioned. I just think I am mostly used to Escort and Domination, but realistically, any mode other than Hotshot, because obviously in that there is no real objective kills. You get objective points for picking up the enemy hotshot tokens, but that is not an objective based kill, and so hotshot realistically isn't that good for leveling up. It's not bad because you can still get a lot of kills, but at least for those objective kills you really can't get any other than, I believe, if you kill the actual hotshot, but there's only one of those per team. Now, I do also think it is important to know which factions are the best to play as. I do think that choosing your faction is really going to dictate how well you can do when it comes to the weapon leveling. Now, in my opinion, Echelon is the best when it comes to getting kills. Their radar ability means you can pretty much just constantly see where enemies will be, and that does tend to lead to a lot more kills. If you know where enemies are going to be, you can just go there and kill them. That is pretty freaking obvious. Plus, who doesn't love their sonar goggle ultimate where you can literally just pull off some insane multi-kills? Obviously that does not add to your weapon levels, but it is probably the most satisfying thing to do in this game. Now, on the flip side, if you feel like you are dying a lot, Libertad or the Phantoms are great choices too, because they will help you stay alive a lot longer, and realistically, the longer you are alive, the more opportunities to get kills as well. So if you are struggling a bit, I would recommend one of those two factions because they are definitely the best survivors in XDefiant. The good thing about the Phantoms is that they are also great for allowing you to actually stay alive longer and stay on the objectives too. If you use their shield on an objective, you can be a lot safer and still pick up those objective kills, or hell, even attacking objectives a little bit easier as well. So that's kind of the perfect mix of both, where you are obviously staying alive longer with that 120 HP, but you're also probably going to get more objective based kills too because of their shield and the ability to stay alive longer on those objectives. Now, the final tip that I have is a small one, but just freaking shoot people. It is literally that simple. One thing that I think gets discredited is that assists do count, like I said, and the more damage you deal overall, the more XP you will gain through those assists. We do tend to discredit them, but I've actually had a few games where randomly, and this wasn't even trying, I was just playing normally, I ended up with about 25 assists, and that does equal about 1250 XP without a single kill. So if you get the chance to shoot an enemy, even though you know you aren't going to kill them, just do it anyway. You may get an assist, and especially like I said earlier, if you're on a double XP weekend with a double XP token, one assist equals 200 XP, which is the same amount of XP you'd get on double XP weekend for a kill. So do not forget about assists. They are definitely still worth getting. And so realistically, this is the easiest tip to know. Just freaking shoot the enemies. So anyway, those are some of the best tips for weapon leveling, as well as just an overall explanation of how it works. Hopefully that helps you guys out. And if it did, be sure to subscribe for more XDefiant content like this. There's plenty more stuff on the way, so make sure you don't miss out. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there in the arena.